Sync filters are implemented by CIC filters. CIC is Cascaded Integrator and Comb filter. First order sync filter can be represented by cascading one integrator and one comb filter. So this V is delta sigma modulator output, and then we have a normalization, and then 1 over n is multiplied to V, and then it passes through non-delaying integrator, and then it's downsampled by n here, and then this is a comb filter. So the transfer function of this integrator and this sync 1 filter can be represented by, say, this is 1 over n times this is integrator, non-delaying integrator in a denominator, and we have a transfer function of comb filter in the numerator. Let's just see. The impulse response can be represented by H1n. This H1 represents first order sync filter. This is H1n is just delta t. This is something like un minus un minus n, something like that. Okay, so this is something like this one. So it's all 0 except 0 and n minus 1. Okay, that's the impulse response of this sync 1 filter. Let's just see. See, this H1G can be further represented by this sync filter sync function format. So we substitute the G equal exponential j omega t, and then this is a sync n f of fs divided by sync f of fs. Sync function is defined by sync x is defined by just pi x sine pi x. This is a definition of sync function. Okay, this is frequency response of that first order sync function. See, this is the H1 1 over n. That's sine, right? That's sine divided by this is just that sync function in the previous page. Okay. Then let's just see. For the very low frequency, this magnitude is, this one changes very frequently. This is from comb filter, right? It changes like that. See, it's a 0 at f equals 0, and then it's a 0 again at the fs of n, 0 again, 2 fs of n, something like that, okay? And then, see, this one for low frequency, sine x is approximately x, right? For small x, sine x is approximately x, so we just take out this term, and then this looks like the envelope of this H1 looks like 1 over f. See, this is here n pi over fs, right? So this envelope is proportional to 1 over f. For the second order sync function, this is also implemented by CIC filter, Cascaded Integrator and Comb filter. So in this case, we have two integrators, followed by two comb filters. So in this circuit, this delta sigma modulator output, we have a normalization factor, non-inverting integrator here, and another non-inverting integrator with a normalization 1 over n. And then downsampling fs over 2, this is downsampling fs over n, and then two comb filters in series. Yeah, the transfer function can be easily found. H2g equal 1 minus g power of minus n, n over 1 minus g minus 1 square. So this is nothing but h1g square, right? h1g square. So the impulse response can be represented by a triangular form, okay, something like that. 0 to n, and then this peak value will be 1 over n. The area should be 1, right? This is impulse response of this second order sinc function. Yeah, so the frequency response can be represented the ratio of two sinc functions here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's consider output noise power at the sinc filter output. We consider those two cases. See, we connect a delta sigma modulator and then decimation filter. So first consider a first order delta sigma modulator is connected to ideal low pass filter. So ideal low pass filter works as a decimation filter. Okay, for the first order delta sigma modulator, the STF is just 1, right? As signal transfer function magnitude is 1. Noise transfer function is a derivative, which is can be labeled 2 sine pi f of fs. Okay, fs is a sampling frequency, and then this quantization noise En is a pseudo-random in time domain. So it's a white noise in frequency domain. The power spectral density is constant with the frequency. So this constant power spectral density times half sampling frequency will be 1/12 delta square. Delta is peak-to-peak value of quantization noise. So power spectral density is 1/6 times the delta square over fs. So this quantization noise is multiplied to this delta sigma modulator. It will be modulated by NTF. Okay, oops. So yeah, power spectral density is this is a little bit wrong. Power spectral density is okay. This is 1/6 fs, right? 6 fs in the previous case. That's the total power. Eh? Yeah, that's 6 fs delta square of 6. That's the power spectral density of quantization noise. Then this NTF is here. So power spectral, yeah, this NTF can be approximated like that because F is signal F is much smaller. So we are considering signal frequency from 0 to FB, and decimation filter is ideal like red curve. Okay. So output noise power can be represented 0 to FB, and then 1. Let's just see. This is 6 fs, right? 6 fs. NTF square. Okay, it is true. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Yeah, we calculate it again. 6 delta square over 6fs times what's NTF? NTF is just this one, right? Integral fz square times 2 pi over fs square. Do I have some space here? Oh, no, no. Okay. Then see, we multiply the n. This is NTF square. We have f square left here, and then what? Yeah, times integration 0 fb what? F square df, right? Yeah, this will give you this value, delta square of OSR cube. Okay. So as I increase OSR twice, then noise power is reduced by 1/8. Okay. Yeah. If I use first order sinc filter as the decimation filter, what happens? So I don't have any half band filters. So this first order sinc filter performs entire operation of decimation filter. So the undersampling ratio n of this sinc filter must be same as OSR, the oversampling ratio. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then this is a transfer function of first order sinc filter, and then noise transfer function of first order delta sigma modulator, just a derivative. Okay. The total transfer function of this entire system, this first order DSM followed by first order sinc filter, is multiplication of H1Z and NTF1Z. NTF1, the 1 represents the first order delta sigma modulator. Okay, so the transfer function of entire system can be represented here. This is 1 over n times this 1 over g minus n. This differentiator term is cancelled by this integration function. Okay, so then see the output. This is output noise of this system. The output noise W is this Hg times quantization noise. Then let's see the impulse response of this output noise is just 1 over n En minus this one. Okay. Yeah. Then see, I assume this is white noise, right? White noise. So for the white noise in time domain, it's impulse. Eh? So we have some impulse here, some noise impulse. Then what's the output noise power? This is 1 over n square, and this noise power and this noise power. They are independent from each other, independent of each other, just twice of the noise power. Okay. So this output noise power is 1 over n square twice, and then this total power. Okay. Then this is delta square of 1 over n2. Because see, this first order delta sinc filter performs entire delta sigma modulator. Downsampling ratio is the same as oversampling ratio. Then this one is much larger than ideal low pass filter case, because in the ideal low pass filter case, this is pi square delta square over 36 times 1 over OSR cube. But this is only OSR square. Oh, sorry, the other way around. Yeah, still too large. Output noise power is too large than the ideal case, ideal low-built case. So let's look at the frequency response of output noise. So we have a first order DSM followed by first order sinc filter. So the transfer function of entire system is just this one. This is my transfer function. Then, yeah, if I substitute the G equal exponential J omega t, then this one is, oh, there is a 2 here, right? Is this 2? Sine J2. Yeah, there should be 2 here, right? Yeah. So in that case, power spectral density is delta square over 6 fs, delta square over 6 fs. Because quantization noise is white noise, okay? So then we can calculate it, n square over 4. Is this n square over 4? Yeah, right. Then, yeah, this is transfer function of the entire system. And then this is a power spectral density of quantization noise. And then this transfer function looks like it swings between 0 and 4 of n squared. So this frequency is fs of n. Okay, this frequency is fs of n. This frequency is 2 fs of n. So, yeah, the output noise power is multiplication of power spectral density times h square. Okay, so we can get this is 6 delta square over 6 over 1 over n square, which is same as the previous case, if n is OSR, right? Which is got, let's just see, this 6, yeah, here, this is a 6, right? So we got the same result in a frequency domain analysis. Okay. Yeah, let's go to the first order DSM with the second order sinc filter. So we will first go to the impulse response analysis and then frequency response analysis. Okay, for the first order DSM, NTF is just derivative. Okay, this one. And then second order, the transfer function of second order sinc filter is just square, right? H1G square. So entire transfer function Hg is NTF1 times H2Z. So we can write it like that. So this transfer function of the total circuit is 1 over n square, 1 minus g to the minus n square divided by 1 minus g to the minus n. We can divide this into h1g times 1 over n, 1 minus g to the minus n. Okay, so for this one, Yeah, the impulse response of H1G is just this is 1 over n for during time interval from 0 to n minus 1, 0 elsewhere, right? And then this is what? This is just 1 minus delayed version, right? So, yeah, this is that part. But 1 over n is multiplied, so the magnitude becomes 1 over n squared and then minus that part. This is a delayed version, right? 1 minus 1 over n squared. So impulse response of Hg will look like this one. There are n 1 over n's and then another n minus 1 over n's. So if we look at this one, see, my output noise, this is my output noise. Here will be sum of n ENs, this is quantization noise, and then minus another n noise. So output noise power is square of this one, and then they are independent from each other. So I have a 2n noise component. Each power spectral density, each noise power is a delta square of 12. So I got delta square of 6 of n cube. In the ideal case, it's around the same, right? OSR cube. So this is good enough. Good. So if I use second order sinc filter after first order delta sigma modulator, then that's fine. Yeah, let's go to the frequency response analysis for the same circuit. The first order DSM followed by second order sinc filter. Yeah, for the transfer function is here. See. Yeah, so this is the power spectral density of quantization noise at the DSM input. And then this is H1G. Oh, yeah, this part is H1G. Okay, then see, yeah, this part, I know this is only something like that, right? This is from comb filter output, from 0 Fs over n, 2 Fs over n, something like that. So this magnitude is what? Now, if I square, this is 1 over n square, right? N square. Okay, is this n 4? Yeah, this is 4. Okay, n square over 4. Then see, I have this part. Sinc 1 filter is like that. This is that asymptotic line. Okay, this is envelope line. Okay, 1 over n square. So we want to try to calculate. See, the output noise power is proportional to this area, right? We want to try to calculate the area approximately. Okay. Then see, this is again 4 over n square. 4 over n square. So then let's just see. This is we wanna average this one. So this is the power spectral density of quantization noise at the delta sigma modulator input, and then we wanna approximate this is must go to square, right? This is from averaging, and then 1 over n square over 4, and then FB. Okay, this is FB. This is F square over dF. This is close to, this integration is close to 1 over FB. Okay, then what? Oh. Okay, let's try to calculate this one. Let's just see. If we calculate this one, this is 4, 6, 4. It's FB. yeah, Fs is FB2. Yeah, there should be some 4 here, right? So this is, we can get, yeah, this output noise power, this is output noise power, right? This is proportional to 1 over n cube, 4 over 6 2/3, right? 2/3 pi square. Let's compare this output noise power with the impulse response analysis. Okay, where is impulse response analysis? Okay, here my output noise power is 1 over 6, right? Oh, this is, there is 4 times larger. How come? This is 6 times 4. Oh, pi square. There is a pi square, right? This is only 6. 1 over 6. This is 4 over 6, 2/3. 2/3. This is 9. 9. Pi square is 9. 64 around 10. Yeah, this is a lot slightly smaller than impulse response case. Anyway, yeah, we got 1 over OSR cube in both analysis. So those are summary, some brief summary of the ones we talked about. So, yeah, conclusion. We need a 1 order higher sink filter for the decimation filter. We have a else order delta sigma modulator. I mean, else order delta sigma modulator needs L plus 1's sink filter. Okay, that's good enough. If I use second order DSM, then I need third order sink filter. That's the conclusion.